Okay, so for Liberty One TV, I'm interviewing Tutsi Tala. Did I say it correctly?
Yes,
I
you got
did?
it.
Okay. Tutsi, and you go by Tutsi to make it easier for
Tiny.
everybody? Tiny.
A lot of people call me Tiny.
And I have a feeling that's an oxymoron, correct? So, okay, Tiny. I guess, one of the big things that Pete was actually telling me about with you was you were not a Trump supporter by birth, I guess, of this election, and you've kind of turned a little bit. What's your story?
Well, that is true. I wasn't even a Trump supporter. I hated Trump like hardcore. I hated him. Um, Once he announced that he was going to be running for president, and I didn't even care. But until I saw the media and everything, like CNN, especially CNN, man, talk about how racist he is and everything. So an anger grew in me, towards him because he was racist and all this. So I really believed in it, and so I started going out and watching videos about Trump supporters, and all over the media, even YouTube, they show videos of Trump supporters being racist, beating up people and stuff. So I started believing like this whole thing, and then I started going out doing the same thing they're doing. But this time, it's me to them. I beat them up. So one day I passed by a car that has a Trump sticker in the back. I scratched it off with my knife, put my initial double T on it, because I was really angry at them. I see you with your Trump hat, I will talk shit to you. Once you say something back, I will beat you up right there on the spot. Yeah, but all these back stuff these people are doing right now, I used to do that. I used to do that.
And what was the big thing of why you disliked Trump? Because we had 16 candidates in the beginning of the race. So would you consider yourself you were a Democrat or you were a Republican that was a never Trumper, or what were you?
Me, I didn't even know anything about being Democrat or Republican. All I know is I don't like racist people. I don't like people that judge people by the color of their skin. I don't like that. Especially when I'm a brown guy. So yeah, the media pointing him out as a racist person, and especially against Mexican and all this, it made me turn to him like in anger and make me dislike him and wanted to take out my anger on all his supporters, because I thought everybody that supported him was racist. They never showed me pictures of any colored people that supported Trump. They never showed me video of a Mexican or a black person supporting him. I never seen any of that. All I see was white. So I was really misguided. And
so
I
what
did all
was
these
the
bad
moment?
things.
What was the moment that you would say that you turned then, where all of a sudden you did like Trump?
April the 15th.
I guess on tax day we could call it.
I think so. Well, one of the things I like to do is I go on social media like Facebook and YouTube, and I search out videos of Trump supporters getting beat up. It makes me laugh. It makes me happy. That's what I love to do. So one day I was just scrolling through Facebook, and a video came by, and the caption says, "Trump rally in Vancouver, Washington." So I'm like, oh, this is where I live, Vancouver, Washington. Let's go check it out and see if a Trump supporter getting beat up. So I clicked on it, and I saw a video of a speech. It was the way opposite of everything. This is the first time I saw ninjas, like real life ninjas, which is Antifa. And Joey was giving a speech. And everything Joey was talking about, it was about love, peace, and unity. And he was speaking against the hate that Antifa was doing that day. So I was a little bit confused because I see a lot of Trump flags everywhere. And I'm like, I thought these people were supposed to be racist and violent and all that. So I kind of had a change of heart to seek out the truth. So I hit up Joey right away after I watched that video. I lied to him. I told him, hey, I'm a big Trump supporter, man. I want to go out to these rallies and see what you guys are doing and everything. So Joey hooked me up with a few people that took me to California, Berkeley, on the 15th. And when we got there, I didn't even actually, talk to people or stuff. I was just observing everything. And then next thing you know, a group covered in all black, mask and everything, marched in, started attacking people right away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whoa, what is this? So I asked people, what is this? They were like, that's what you call Antifa. These people, they don't like Trump and all that. So none of the Trump supporter on our side came up to me. That's another thing. None of them came up to me and was like, hey, you got to leave. You're brown. You ain't white. And also this day was the first day I ever saw a Mexican that supported Trump. Marco Gutierrez and Harim Muzial and beat a black Trump supporter, Will Johnson. So it made me feel dumb that day. But deep inside, it made me feel sorry too about all the things that I've done when I was going out doing all these bad things to Trump supporter. I realized I was wrong. I was living a lie and everything. I was being lied to by the media and everything. So I changed my heart right away and I started defending all the people that was there at the park that day.
And what were some of those things, you're saying defending people at the park. What were some of those things that you were doing in order to defend these people that were there for free speech and people who were mostly Trump supporters?
I fought back. I got into a lot of fight that day. You can never find a video of me throwing the first punch because I was self-defense. That's what I will call it. One of the guy came just right next to a lady that was standing and just started pepper spraying her. So I hopped and pushed her back, and then I stood in front of the pepper spray and hit that guy. Fights and everything that we got into that day.
Now, you yourself said that you were very violent as far as previously with Trump supporters. Not so much physically violent, but you said scraping things off people's, like Trump stickers off people's cars and writing your own initials. Did you ever foresee what you saw at Berkeley over the weekend? Did you ever foresee anything like that happen against Trump supporters?
Like, what do you mean?
You said yourself, you used to scrape off the Trump supporters stickers on people's cars and stuff. Could you ever foresee yourself having that much hate towards a group of people and actually physically harming them? Could you ever foresee yourself doing things like what Antifa did? Could you ever see yourself going to that level that they went over the weekend?
I was at that level.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Because of all the stuff I've heard and all the stuff that I've seen.
Do you think those people at Antifa are where you were?
To me, yes. And that is why I still believe we can still change heart. Some of them, most of them that comes out, well, not Antifa, because it surprised me because ever since I was a Trump hardcore hater, I never found out about Antifa. And I think there was a reason why. And I know if I was to see a video about Antifa first before I seen Joey Gibson, I would be Antifa from today. But I think there was a reason why I saw that video before Antifa. And to me, there are some people in Antifa and in all these protesters that comes out, they want to speak and they want to know the truth. But they are so deep into the lie that the media are spreading about Trump and everything. That is why they're out here doing this.
So now you saw Joey in Vancouver do this, and you followed him to California. Some people might not have that luxury of having Joey come to their city. So as far as you're talking about learning the truth, what advice would you give people as far as learning the truth, that might not have somebody like Joey come to their city?
Do your research. Stop watching the media. Stop watching CNN and all these other like media that's on the TV right now, but go search it up. That's what I did. I wanted so bad to hop into conversation that day in Berkeley and defend Trump supporters, but I didn't know anything about Trump. All I know there was his supporters are good people. So I came home from Berkeley and I went and do research about Trump. Search it up and everything. That's where I found out InfoWars. There was like a media group that is actually telling the truth and everything. I found out a lot of different people that's always live streaming. So I went and searched up. Excuse me. Trump actually did a lot of stuff for the black community and for everybody. And if he was really against immigrant, why did he marry one?
Mm-hmm. Now,
so I realized he's not against immigrant. He's against illegal immigrant. That's what he's all about. And I search up and find out he ruined the establishment and everything, and he was really a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as going forward, do you picture yourself going to more of these events in the future now after what you've learned? Or was this kind of one of those moments where it's like, you know what, I went and I'm good?
Like I said, I will never give up. I've seen the truth and I've come too far to give up. I'm not going to give up. We made it so far. Even with what I saw in Berkeley, the outnumbered and everything, even us handsing up, putting our hands up, and they still attacked us and everything. I still believe that we made a change that day. If you actually seen the face of the guy that hit Joey Gibson that day, when he hit Joey and Joey didn't punch back, he was like, what the hell? Why did I just hit this guy and he didn't punch me back when I was right there in his face? We made a change that day. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm not going to give up, but this movement is going to change a lot of hearts. Mm-hmm. A lot of hearts. And it all comes down to, like I always say, it all comes down to learning how to disagree without disrespect. And that is the message for people. You don't have to be the message that me and Joey are trying to deliver right now is not about Trump anymore. The only reason why I keep on telling this story, because I believe there are still people out there living in hatred because of the lies that the media are putting them, are giving them. And I believe they can change just like me. If Joey was able to change me because of his speech and everything that I've seen bringing me up, I believe he can change a lot of people too. And by telling this story, it can change a lot of hearts. So I'm not giving up. I will still take a stand. And if it's wrong to defend my rights and defend the freedom in America, then I don't want to be right.
Now, as far as the timeline here, because what we're trying to piece together with many of the people that we've talked to is the timeline. So do you remember kind of what time you got there, what time you started seeing things get out of hand? And do you remember at all a period when the police started stepping in or not stepping in?
I don't remember the actual time, if you're asking the actual time, but all I remember is we walked in there, the cops didn't do anything. We walked there, we crossed the first barrier that was blocking the road, and we went in the crowd. The protesters on the side where the protester was supposed to be was peaceful. They were calling us names. They were all this, but it's their right, and we like that. We were standing there with our hands up. They were calling us names. We were trying to talk and everything, telling them peace. We were just trying to understand why they were out there protesting when this is actually not a white supremacist rally. And next thing you know, we were back to back. The protester moved aside, and this is what I saw. I saw a whole, you can't even see the grass, the green grass. It was all black on the side where the rally was supposed to be. It was all black. People dressed in black from head to toe. You can't even see their skin color, their eyes or anything. Goggles, everything. Once they saw Joey Gibson, they hopped over the barrier and trying to attack him. They weren't aiming for me. They were aiming for Joey. That's who they were aiming for. Then next thing you know, we were still putting our hands up, and somebody came from a side and hit Beat. My brother Beat, that was there with us, Beat Peters, hit him in the head. He just passed out. I realized that at that time we were surrounded, and I told Joey, hey, we're surrounded. So I picked Beat up and told him to run. So he ran, and I was still trying to drag Joey back, and some guy hit him in the head. Pepper spray and bear spray was all over the place, but we were still walking backwards. Once we got to the barrier that was on the road, some guy tried to hit him, and he ducked. And that guy fell on the other side, so I ran towards that guy, pulled him and threw him away, and came back to Joey. I was the one who hopped first on the other side of the barrier, and then Joey tried to hop on the other side, and some guy hit him in the back, so I was still dragging him. They were cussing, they were doing all this stuff, throwing water bottles, whatever they were throwing. I was still dragging him away. Then when we got on the side of the police station, I saw a line of cops. I didn't even know that was a police station. So I looked at them, and it just came to mind. It was just fast thinking and everything that this is the only way we can survive. So I dragged Joey towards them, and I forced them in their line. I try to get in, and they tell me no. And some guy inside just reached out and told the cops that was blocking me out, let him in. So they let me in. They put handcuffs on us. I saw my brother Pete broke into the police line. They put him on the ground, tried to arrest him, and I told them that's my brother. And, they took us in a bag and just put water, take Joey and Pete to the hospital, and they waited for me to get transportation out of there. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like an extremely intense day, and it's one of those things, too, when you look back in history, you see a lot of riots like this during civil rights era, during Vietnam, during a lot of other really contentious times. Did you ever expect seeing yourself in an event like this in, 2017?
Me coming from the island in 2014 when I just graduated high school, enjoying the life in America, it was pretty cool. Never even thought I was going to go into something like this, join a movement and, seeing all this hate and all this violence and stuff, and it's 2017. That's what it still amazed me. It's like we're living it's like history's repeating itself. That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the police go, a lot of people who were there on the Trump supporter side say that the police didn't do a lot. The police kind of stood there. What did you see the police do?
I actually had a good conversation with one of the cops that was there inside when Joey and Pete got taken to the hospital, and I told him, is this all you guys going to do? Are you guys going to stand in the back here? What are you guys doing? You guys swore an oath to serve and protect. That is what you guys swore an oath. And you guys are hiding in the back of your police station while people are getting beat up and almost getting killed out there. And the cop was like, you know what, man? I really love what you guys are doing, but I cannot step in because of the orders that I've been given to follow. This is what he said. He said he's really getting close to that time where he's going to rip his patch off and just step out and do his job. And so I told him, you know what, man? I respect all the police officers. That's why I still have a blue line flag that I walk around with me at rallies, because I back the blue. But once you step down from your duties to serve and protect, you are no longer a police officer. You are no longer in law enforcement. And so he stood there and think about what I said, and he just walked away. But that day, I saw the cowardness in a lot of cops. Because this is one of the things I remember. When we marched in, crossed that barrier on the road, on the other side of the street, there was a line of cops right there, lined up on the sidewalk. We walked in the crowd, Well, not even 3 minutes we were there and we got attacked and I dragged them out. The cops that was on the side of the road, that was the cops I was aiming to drag Joey to. But when I turned around, like I was like, what, 35 feet away from them, they just turned and start marching back to the police station. When they already seeing us they already see me trying to drag Joey out of there and Pete running away, trying to survive, and they're just marching away.
Did you see any of the officers arresting anybody from Antifa? Did you see them pulling any Antifa people off of the people that were there for the free speech rally?
The only thing that I seen, even in all the footage and everything that I'm looking at right now, is the only people that the cops arrested are the people that try to push through their line. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
A word about them pushing, like dragging people away from Trump supporters and people that was there that actually was there for the rally and the event that they organized. They didn't do anything for them.
Mm-hmm. So now, moving forward, what is your plan now? How does this change the way you move forward now within this movement?
Well, seeing what the media is doing now, they are actually calling Antifa what the Antifa is supposed to be called, a violent group, and a bunch of thugs going out and beating people up. I think I still see this movement going forward, and like I said, we will still take a stand. Outnumber or whatever the circumstances, we're still going to take a stand. Coming September 10th, we're still going to stand in Portland, Oregon. We will not back down. We will not stand down.
Anything else that's good to know, or anything else you want to add?
Just want to encourage everybody, that's coming out to these rallies, protesters and supporters of this movement, come out with an open ear and an open heart, ready to listen, an opinion and a belief that is different from yours. Come out. Because we need people to come out to these rallies. In order for us to make a change, we can't have you come to these rallies just preparing for a fight, just preparing to throw your hands. No. I want you to come out. Come out with an open heart, ready to accept somebody, even if they have different beliefs from you, different, different whatever they believe in. Come out with an open, ready to listen to different opinion, different from yours. That is the only way we can make it through as a country, and we can make it through as uniting people, is to accepting somebody that has different beliefs and different opinion from yours. So yes, get your facts ready and come out ready to have a lot of conversation at these rallies. And God bless America, red, white, and blue, all the way high.
Free thought for free people.